Hi everybody, welcome back. You join me today out in my garage where I'm getting my layouts ready for the show in Bangor this weekend. I thought it'd be an opportunity to show some of my new subscribers the layouts I've built over the years that you've seen on the channel. Give you a closer look at them and watch me do some little bits of work on them just to get them ready for the show. Also to answer some general questions I get all the time. I thought this would be an opportunity while I'm doing work on here showing you the layouts. I can answer a few of those questions. So we're going to get stuck in first with this layout here. This is my 6x4 layout. So I'm going to take the camera off the tripod, bring it over here to give you a closer look. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for me, give me the thumbs up, it really does help. I'll show you this layout. So here's my 6x4 layout. It's just simply two loops. When I first built this, I built it as a DC layout with in mind to convert it to DCC at a later stage. So I wired it like that. It's now DCC. It's just simple two loops. We've got a hillside there with tunnels down that end. We've got a station here up this end built on the curve. We've got a little town scene, street scene here. What I've been doing on this is just tidying up the layout, giving it a clean, a vacuum, cleaning the track. I've also been adding people to it. So I've actually stuck these in place now using a little bit of glue. So what I'm going to do now is around the edges here where some of the ballast has come off, I'm just going to repair that. So I'm going to get all the bits and pieces to do that. While I'm doing this, I can then answer some of the questions. So let's just repair this edge along here, put some ballast on it, and I'll answer a few questions as I'm doing it. So simply what I'm doing here now is masking tape. That just goes along the edge, stop everything falling off. And some along here as well. And all I've got here is what I use for my ballast. This is fine aquarium gravel. So I'm just going to spoon this into place. And I'm just thinking something I forgot to bring with me was a brush. So I'm just going to down with my finger. I've got a brush on the workbench over there, so I'll grab that in a sec. So one of the common questions I get asked is, how did I get into model railways? And probably like the majority of you out there, you would have got a train set when you were a child. Same thing with me, I had various train sets. Invariably, I would take them apart and see how they worked and break them. But I've always been into railways, which is strange growing up in Donegal because it's 60 years since there was last any trains in Donegal. And where I used to live when I was small was actually near one of the disused railways on one of the old embankments of the railway, which I used to go up and play on quite often and imagine myself being on a train. And also where I discovered a weighman's bogie that had been left there for, well, at the time it would have been about 40 years. Which later on, when I became a member of the Railway Society in the town, I mentioned to someone and we actually went out and retrieved it. So to answer that question, I've always been into railways, I've always been into modelling. Didn't really get seriously into modelling and learning more about it when I was a teenager. By that time, we'd actually moved to Bristol in the UK. So there was more hobby shops around that I could buy bits and pieces, and I was able to get a paper round and actually earn some money and buy bits and pieces. So I started buying, collecting bits and pieces, you know, to build a layout. Never actually got around to building a layout because then I discovered girls and cars and things like that in college. That took over, and then family life. And it's only in the sort of past, let's see, well, my kids, probably about 20 years when my kids were small, I started buying them train sets. So the likes of Thomas Tank train sets, that sort of thing, and houses that we've had, I've built layouts in attics and that sort of thing. But it's only in the past couple of years where we actually put more firmer roots down in buying houses, but that's another story. People who have been regularly with me know exactly what's been going on there. I've just got a mixture of PVA and water here, with a little bit of washing up liquid. I'm just going to soak the ballast I put down here with that. We've got a bit of a heat wave here in Donegal at the moment, so this will probably take overnight and it will dry. So this is one of those ketchup bottles you get, refillable ketchup bottles. Very handy for putting the solution on. Where was I? Yeah, so kids came along, was able to build model railways. And then of course the pandemic came along, which meant we had a lot more time on our hands at home. And that's when I started doing YouTube. And I haven't looked back since. So, in a nutshell, always had a fascination for trains. Don't know why. Why do any of us like trains? So, always been into it. And I enjoy modelling. You know, it's a hobby that's great to do. I've made some great friends through this community, through YouTube. I really enjoy doing my Thursday night lives. You know, we get the same sort of bunch of people in every week, and we have, you know, talk and, as we say in Ireland, have the crack, which I really enjoy doing. It's almost a form of therapy for me. So there's that glue in place now. Some of it's dripping onto the floor, but it doesn't matter. This is the garage, so it doesn't matter. So leave that to dry overnight. You can see a little bit here, it's got washed away, so I'll just redo that. Of course, what I should have done before I put the glue down on this is actually sprayed it with some wet water, which is just water with a bit of detergent in it. It helps break up the surface tension and makes the glue soak in, but it should be alright for this a little bit. So we're over the other side now, doing the same thing. Bit of masking tape up and just sprinkle some of the ballast on. So the other question is, how did I get involved with the museum here in Donegal town, and what's the story with it? Well, back in the 90s, somebody came up with the idea of creating a heritage railway, restoring some of the Donegal stock. So the museum was set up, moved into the station building in the 90s. I was involved in it in the early stages because I was still living in Donegal at the time, and I helped out, volunteered. We went into Inver Station and cleared it all out, because basically Inver Station had just been closed up when the railway closed. So we went in there, cleared it all out, took all the artefacts we could for the museum. And then of course, as I said, we moved away and moved back again. I think it was 2017. They were having a model railway show in the town, so I went along. They recognised me, said, "Oh yeah, you were involved when you were a schoolboy and stuff like that. We have got our AGM this afternoon. Why don't you come along?" Of course, being a bit naive, I said, "Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll come along." Got elected onto the board, and I've been a board member ever since. Spent a couple of years as chairman of the board. I stepped down from that role last year to give someone else a go, to freshen it up a wee bit. So basically, as a member of the museum and the board, I'm a trustee looking after all the heritage we have in the museum of the remains of the Donegal Railway. And, you know, we're working towards trying to get a heritage line together and run some of the original Donegal stock. Regular viewers would know of us getting Drumbo back, the Donegal steam engine. We've had a lot of work done on it. Obviously we haven't done the boiler on it because there's obviously no point because it's not running anywhere, but any work we've had done to it is in the future to get her back working. Alright, there's the glue soaking in for that. So that's the main aim of the society, is to actually get a heritage line up and running again. Now that's very, very difficult because obviously when the railway closed, all the land was sold off. It's all owned by different farmers, and not everybody wants to give away a bit of their land or have a heritage line run through it. So there's a lot of obstacles in that, but we may overcome them, we may not. But the main aim at the moment is to have the museum, keep that up together, promote the history of the railways. Because Donegal once had 225 miles of narrow gauge railways through the county and about 60 miles of Irish standard gauge. That's all gone. So that's my role there. I'm a trustee, director of the Railway Museum, and likewise I look after all the layouts in there, because I'm about the only one who has the knowledge to do that. So that's why part of the reason of this channel as well is any money raised in this channel through membership or just the ad revenue, I spend that on looking after the layouts, so buying bits and pieces for the layouts in the museum, renewing the track, building baseboards, all that sort of thing. That's a great little tip there for having a bottle. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm always drinking Dr. Pepper. So that's, you can keep it in there. It'll keep it in there for ages. And it helps mix it up, fill it up halfway with PVA, the rest of water, a little drop of washing up liquid, give it a good shake, and use that to dispense it. Just remember to wash this afterwards. Right, so that's that done. That needs to be left to dry. I think I'm going to get a few more bushes and stuff just to put around here because it's a bit bare. So I'm going to go off and get those. I'm going to put a little bit of greenery around here just to break up the open bit of ballasting here. So I've just got a box of old bits and pieces I've taken off old layouts. There's some bushes and stuff in here, so I'm just going to use that. It's mostly woodland scenic clump foliage. And I've just got some rocket car glue. It's the first glue I could put my hand on, so I'm using that. I'll just put that to one side. And I'm just going to put a bit of glue down in spots and just take a clump and stick it in the middle, like that. So some of the other questions I asked is DC or DCC. Well, obviously I'm into DCC now. I got into that about 6-7 years ago, I suppose. I picked up a Hornby Railmaster set to see what it was all about and sort of mess around with it. Since then I've changed over to Gauge Master Prodigy. That's what I use now with the Wi-Fi adapter. Find it really good. It works really, really well for me. So that's what I'm currently using. And people ask, well, what do I model? I just build layouts. I have no particular era or even country, because you will find UK stuff and Irish stuff running on my line. Layout I'm building at the moment, there will be a 009 circuit on that running Donegal stock. But yeah, I just model what I like, and if I go to a show or a shop and I see something I like, I just buy it. I'm not particularly worried about what I purchase. If I like the look of something, I'll run it. I am currently trying to get rakes of different things, so the same wagons and coaches and that sort of thing, so I can make up, if you like, proper trains. But yeah, that's what I run. What else have I been asked? Well, timescale about building the current layout. I keep saying it's 18 months, and I think I've been saying that for about 18 months now. As all of you know, a model railway is never finished, and I don't think this layout will be fully finished, well, to a sort of position where I can take it to shows. It's going to be at least 18 months. Asked a few personal things as well. Obviously I don't want to disclose too much over the internet, but I'm not married. I have been with Becky, who's my partner, for 29 years. We've just never got around to getting married. I have 6 children plus extras, and I'll explain a bit more about that in a second. So I met Becky in Bristol when I was working there. We moved back to Ireland about 20 years ago. She's originally from Bristol. And I don't think we've any immediate plans to move to Bristol, but you never know. Now what I meant by extras is, some of you are aware of this, that I'm also a foster parent, foster carer, so I get different people, different children through my doors from time to time. I've been doing that now for 7 years, and it was something I would highly recommend to people. If you've got a spare room or something, consider becoming a foster parent. It's damn hard work, because you're dealing with children with a lot of issues and haven't had a great start in life, but it's so rewarding when you actually make that connection with a child and you help someone in their time of need. So that's pretty much me, really. If you guys have got any questions that you want to ask, you can always pop them down into the comments down below, and if I get enough of them, I might do another video. But I think that's about it for me really now. What I'll do now is I'll take and show you some of the other layouts, and I'll put links to the playlist for these layouts, how I built them, down below. But I think I've done enough on here for now. I'm going to let it dry, and I'll tilt it on the side and see what falls off, and glue stuff back on as necessary. So let's have a look at the other layouts. First off, there's just a little overview of just the little grass tufts I've put in. I'll leave them to dry now. I got a little bit of touching up with paint to do on the tunnel porter there, but it cracked. But that's all I'm going to do on this layout for now. And then over here we have my winter layout. If I go down the other end and bring you up. Well, actually no, I'll come down this way. Be handy because I've limited space in the garage. So this is about 8 foot long. It's DC shuttle controlled, and I usually use the little Coca-Cola bubble car to go up and down here. I built this for using in the museum during our Christmas event. I'll take you inside and show you the other layout as well. So this is the layout I built for Modeller's Corner down in Skillen, my local model shop. They put this in their window, and I've borrowed it again off them to take up to the show. So I don't need to do any work on this. I think it's all pretty much in place. Again, I'll put links down below to the playlists for all these layouts, so you can see how they were built from the baseboard up. So there we go, guys. Answered some questions while I was getting the layouts ready for this weekend, the Bangor show. I'm going to be taking up the Inver layout as well, which is currently in the museum. That's going to be coming up, as well as another 4x4 layout for my friend Ian, who's going to be running his Thomas stuff on that. And we're all going to be in Hall 2 at the show. So if you're around, do come up, see us, say hello. A big thank you to my channel members and patrons for their support. Their names will be listing here. And if you are new here, hit that subscribe button for me, give me the old thumbs up, and if you've got any questions or comments, put them down below. I'll pop another couple of videos on the screen here and here, and the subscribe button in the middle. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.